First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for three. Got it! Huge shot from Carp.
Nantucket Ice is about community, camaraderie, confidence, jumping in, and being part of a team. Falling, but getting back up.
And way under control. Quick shot.
It's about being part of the culture, friendships, experience. But ultimately, it's about being on the ice. Located in the heart of the island, it's about being a future for our youth, our families, our community. Come join us. Be a part of our community.
name is Sheila Lucy. I'm Nantucket Harbor Master and the Director of the Nantucket Lifeguard Program. We're going to offer you some beach safety tips today. My tip is always swim near a lifeguard, pay attention to the signs and the flags, and know what beach access you are at.
Hi, I'm Shane Carey. I'm the Assistant Harbor Master and full-time lifeguard. My safety tip is avoid swimming alone and avoid swimming after dusk.
Hi, I'm Squire. I'm an Assistant Harbor Master out here on Nantucket as well as a full-time lifeguard. And my safety tip is to know your limitations and pick the best beach conditions for you and your family.
Hi, I'm Kevin, Lifeguard Supervisor. My safety tip is if you need help in the water, raise your hand above your head and signal for help.
My name's Justin, I'm a lifeguard supervisor, and my beach safety tip is to learn rip current safety and talk to the lifeguards at your beach to gain knowledge.
Hi, I'm Katie. I'm a Nantucket lifeguard, and my beach safety tip is that alcohol and swimming never mix.
I'm Noah, and I'm a Nantucket lifeguard. My beach safety tip is to always enter the water feet first.
Hi, I'm Ethan Coggins. I'm a lifeguard supervisor. My beach safety tip is that Nantucket is a fragile ecosystem. Leave only footprints on the beach. Never leave your trash behind.
I'm JV and I'm a beach lifeguard. My tip for the day is to beat the heat and block the sun.
Hi, I'm Jake. I'm a beach lifeguard, and my tip for the day is to designate a person to watch the water.
Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV over the past few years have done countless broadcasts that are both exciting and professional.
Shot, score! Jack Halleck!
I support NCTV's Nantucket Sports Connection because it's a great opportunity to reach island families, support students, and our local television station.
Nantucket Ice is about community, camaraderie, confidence, jumping in, and being part of a team. Falling, but getting back up.
And way under control. Quick shot.
It's about being part of the culture, friendships, experience. But ultimately, it's about being on the ice. Located in the heart of the island, it's about being a future for our youth, our families, our community. Come join us. Be a part of our community.
Whistle.
The board of Nantucket Youth Lacrosse and the coaches are wildly passionate about the sport of lacrosse and teaching it to Nantucket's kids. I'm Gary McCarthy, President of Nantucket Youth Lacrosse. The dedication of not only the players, but the parents and coaches to running this program is really inspiring.
So what I love about the Learn to Play program is when I show up every day, the kids are coming smiling and all they want to do is have fun.
This is my third year coaching the girls Learn to Play lacrosse team here. What I really like about it is that for those that are newer to sports, they're learning leadership skills, team building, communication. They're learning not only just how to pick up and pass and catch and shoot in lacrosse. There's so much more to be gained.
The beauty of this program is to grow the love of playing and then to grow the love of the game of lacrosse and playing the game of lacrosse.
I first got involved with Nantucket Youth Lacrosse back in 2012 when we had one U15 team, and it has grown tremendously. It has been incredible to be a part of such a program.
My passion for coaching I didn't know was there until I started. Being on the lacrosse board and helping out coaching has allowed me to kind of give back to Nantucket since it is such a wonderful community.
We're driven as a board to promote inclusiveness across social, cultural, and economic backgrounds. With your assistance, financial assistance, we've been able to do that. We've given scholarships for both registration and lacrosse equipment to over 60 kids. We've also partnered with the Nantucket Boys and Girls Club for all the first and second grade Learn to Play program and made the program completely free.
What this has done for us collectively with both teams has brought together a team spirit.
When I first moved here, I found myself kind of looking towards sports and my coaches and teammates to make relationships. But when I got on the practice field and strapped up, that's really where I took off.
It gives them an opportunity to meet their new friends that they may not see in the class all the time, have that team effort and support and friendships that are built. And it's also teaching them a new sport, which is really exciting as well.
Without the youth program, our high school team wouldn't be where we are today. A lot of that is because we've been able to bridge the gap between the youth program and the high school program. They all work together. They start working on plays when they're in U11, U13, and then they fine-tune them at U15, and it gives us the opportunity to grow.
And that's what it is. It's a pipeline. And if the bigger you can start the pipeline early, the more the high school is going to benefit in the end.
The time that they're able to spend together on the boat, on the bus, hanging out, our 50-minute game is actually an 8-hour game. These girls grow up together, they learn to work together, they learn how to travel together. It's one of the better organizations on the island, and I'm proud to say I was a part of it.
Look, this doesn't happen without you. We love the sport, we love what we're doing as a group. As I say, the board is extremely passionate, not just about lacrosse, but at building up community, a lacrosse community inside of Nantucket's community. So thank you, we're very appreciative.
Hello, Nantucket. MassDOT is excited to announce our latest survey of how people travel around the state. It's called the Massachusetts Travel Study, and it helps us figure out how to spend resources and plan services in your area. A random sample of households will be invited to participate, but if you live here on Nantucket, chances are you will be included. So be on the lookout for invitations to hit mailboxes starting this week and all throughout September. We look forward to your partnership in moving towards a better transportation future in Massachusetts and throughout the islands.
Welcome to July 4th, 2023. It is busy and hot here on Nantucket, and we're gonna go see what people are up to. Everybody seems to be having a lot of fun around here, so let's go. What is your favorite thing about July 4th on Nantucket?
Just the amount of people everywhere. Everyone's really excited, everyone's dressed up. It was super fun.
I would say my favorite thing is the people and the spirit that everyone's just excited to be here and to celebrate, and most importantly to be together.
I'm from London, so this is my second 4th of July ever. Both times I've been on Nantucket, so I'm very grateful to be here. It's
That's amazing.
A lovely community, everyone is so nice, and yeah, it's really grateful.
And what is the best thing about 4th of July on Nantucket?
Nothing. It's pretty insane here, so I try to avoid.
You feel like it's actually July 4th. The celebration feels like very visceral.
Making more money while working.
It used to be when I was a kid, the fireworks.
But for now, oh, wow. Going to the beach if I can.
Oh, I just love it. It's such an old-fashioned part of America here. I just love anything that happens on Main Street. We come down for, and usually for the water fight, I bring a bucket in previous years. But this year I understand that it's a little more low-key, so I enjoyed it just the way it was.
And what's your favorite 4th of July tradition on Nantucket?
The water fight.
The water fight, of course, and watching the line of Juice Bar the whole day. It's pretty great. We got all these people waiting for their 4th of July ice cream.
And we have a trivia question, if you're willing to answer. What year was the Declaration of Independence signed?
1776.
1776.
1776?
1776.
You're correct. Great job. Good job! Yes! How many original colonies were there?
13.
13?
Correct. Good job.
There were 13 colonies that became states.
Correct. See? Father Max is a history major in college.
Yes, I am. That serves me well. Here I am.
Here you are. Well, that was another fun 4th of July in Nantucket. I'm going to go jump in the ocean now because it's really hot out here. Bye. Thanks for watching.
And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Nantucket High School here on Nantucket Island, Massachusetts. My name is DC Collins, along with Sean Davis and Charles Douglas, as NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection present Whalers Girls Volleyball here this afternoon from Nantucket. Whalers will take on the Barnstable Red Hawks. Red Hawks come in with a record of 4-1 overall, 1-0 in the league. Their last match, they were a winner against DY back on September 16th. For Nantucket, it's been a tough go. A loss to Falmouth 2 days ago, which you saw here on NCTV. And then they also lost against Sturgis West. They did win against St. John Paul II to start off the season, but it's been a tough struggle for Nantucket the last 3 matches, looking to get back on the winning side against this Division I squad from right across Nantucket Sound in Hyannis in Barnstable. This is NCTV's presentation of Whalers Girls Volleyball. We would like to thank all of our sponsors involved, including the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation and the Chicken Box right there on Dave Street across from the NCTV studios. Whalers, as I mentioned, coming in with a record of 1-4 overall. Barnstable with a record of 4-1. A reminder, we've got more sports action for you here on NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection. Whalers football coming up this Friday, 5:15 in the afternoon for the pregame show. 5:30 for the kickoff from Vito Capizzo Stadium as the Whalers will host Mashpee. You can catch all the games, or all that game here on NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection. Then the next volleyball match will be Wednesday, a week from today, September 25th at 4 o'clock as DY comes to town to take on the Whalers here on NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection. Also want to remind you, if you'd like to join us here in the broadcast booth or some camera work, you can join our compadre, Sean Davis. He will have the Intro to Sports camera class kicking off at 3 o'clock next Tuesday at 3 o'clock at the NCTV office, which is right across the street from the Chicken Box and next to Sophie T's, if you want to be part of our crew here for all the Nantucket sports action. We will take a timeout and be back with the opening serve. It's the Barnstable Red Hawks with a record of 4-1 taking on your Nantucket Whalers. And the first serve is coming up in just moments here from Nantucket High School. That's next on NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com. Support for the NSC provided in part by Myrick O'Connell, attorney at law, providing legal services for Massachusetts residents for over a century. Learn more at myrickoconnell.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for three. Got it! Huge shot from Carp.
Back here at Nantucket High School, getting you set for this girls volleyball matchup between the Barnstable Red Hawks with a record of 4-1 overall, 1-4 in the league, and your Nantucket Whalers record of 1-4. Nantucket in their home navy blue uniforms, trimmed in white with white numerals and letters. Barnstable in their red tops with white numerals and letters and black shorts. Should be a tough matchup for the Whalers. Barnstable warming up, has some heavy hitters up front. Keep your eye on number 17 in red, Alyssa McDowell, and also number 15, Nikki Murphy for the Red Hawks. Of course, the Whalers last time out, they fell to Falmouth on Monday, a game you saw right here on NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection. And a reminder, our next broadcast will be Whalers football coming up this Friday, 5:15 for the pregame show, 5:30 for the kickoff from Vito Capizzo Stadium here on Nantucket, as the Whalers will take on Mashpee right here on NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection. Up front for Nantucket, it's number 3, Leah Crowley, also number 5, Bianca Santos, and number 23, Ashley Vizioli, the senior. In the back for Nantucket, Mag Gonzalez wearing number 15, also Rihanna Cranston wearing number 4, and La Libre is Victoria Tortorova, the senior, wearing number 8. Barnstable to serve first. First to 3 out of 5 sets will win the match. First team to 25 will win the set, and you have to win by 2. And serving for Barnstable is Molly Gleason. And the first point of the match goes to the Whalers. Nice job by the front line there, and it is 1-0 Nantucket. Substitution right away as Mariana Silva comes in. And Bianca Santos goes out. It'll be Silva to serve for the Whalers. They lead 1-0 here in the first set. And her set goes out of bounds, so a point to the Red Hawks. And we are tied at 1. One referee here in today's matchup, as it'll be Tegan Garrity, the senior, number 13. Southpaw to serve for Barnstable. Hit high up in the air. Tortorova gets it across for the Whalers. And a spike and a save, and Nantucket had it ping-pong around and it falls to the ground, so a point to Barnstable, and they lead 2-1 here in set number 1. Again, it's Garrity, the senior, to serve for the Red Hawks. Played in the back line there by Gonzalez. Spike opportunity, but just a bit too far for Cranston of Nantucket. And the Red Hawks now take a 3-1 lead. Cranston with a nice opportunity there, try to hit it where they ain't. but a bit too far over the line and out of bounds. So Garrity racking up 3 points in a row, and that one is tapped over. Andrews gets some height, number 11 for Barnstable, taps it back over the net. So 4 straight points in a row for the Red Hawks, and they lead 4-1 over the Whalers here in the first set. Again, this is Garrity to serve. Nantucket with the opportunity, pops it over the net. Spike opportunity here, and it goes off the fingertips of Gonzalez and out of bounds. So after Nantucket won the first point of the match, 5 in a row, jumped on by the Red Hawks. And now it's a 5-1 lead for Barnstable here in set number 1. Again, Garrity to serve. Mini bump right there, an opportunity for Crowley. Good save there by Barnstable. And again, a nice job by Camelo, the senior, number 16 for the Red Hawks. And it's now 6 straight points for Barnstable. Tegan Garrity to serve once again, her 6th straight. This one gets to the back line, tapped over, good save by Santos. Barnstable has to recover. Just tapped over by Camelo. Opportunity here for Nantucket, and it does hit the floor. Good job there by Crowley to get Nantucket back on the board as they end the 6 straight points for Barnstable, but they still trail 6-2 here in set number 1. It'll be Crowley, the senior, to serve for the Whalers on the right side of your screen. Spiked across, Crowley saves it. Opportunity here for the Red Hawks. Another good save by Crowley for Nantucket, but it goes out of bounds. And so Barnstable back on the board once again. They lead 7-2. This will be Dylan Andrews, the senior, number 11, to serve for the Red Hawks on the left-hand side of your screen. Gets it to the back line, bump there by Gonzalez. An opportunity for Cranston, gets blocked at the net. Red Hawks coming back for it. Just slapped over there by Camelo. Here's Cranston again, will tap it over. Barnstable looking for the spike on the far side. That's hit over by Camelo. Cranston again for the 3rd time. This time, though, gets it right into the net. And it's another point for the Red Hawks. They now lead 8-2. Andrews to serve once again for Barnstable. Cranston gets set up nicely again. That one deflected. Barnstable tries the spike on the opposite side. Good save there by Gonzalez. Not too much elevation, though, as Santos dove for it. It hits the floor, and the Red Hawks get another point, and now they lead 9-2. Sent over this time by Andrews. Santos set up for the spike again. That's deflected, and it hits the floor, and Nantucket will pick up the point. 2 Red Hawks were there to try to block it, but it deflects out of bounds. Last touch by Barnstable, so Nantucket picks up the point. Checking out for Nantucket is Gonzalez, and in is the sophomore Julie Pyers. Bianca Santos, the senior, to serve from the back line. Barnstable looking for the spike, just taps it over. Nantucket touched the net, though, as 2 players collide, Santos and Pyers. Everybody's okay, though, but Barnstable gets another point. They lead 10-3 here in the first set. Ayala Camelo, the senior, number 16, to serve for the Red Hawks. Gets it to the back line. It's Cranston. Sent across, rejected. Punching it back over, though, is Todorova. And now another opportunity. That one smashed out of bounds by McDowell. We mentioned her in the pregame show, number 17, playing the front line. A heavy hitter up front. That one just had a bit too much juice on it, out of bounds. Nantucket picks up the point, but they still trail 10-4 here in the first set, as Mariana Silva comes out. And now a substitution as Nikki Murphy comes in for Barnstable. And Lily Corderera, the senior, will step to the bench. Nantucket to serve. This is Rihanna Cranston. Opportunity to save there, McDowell, but couldn't get it over the net, so Nantucket gets another point. And Cranston will serve once again. Whalers trailing 10-5 here in the first set. Cranston gets it over. And that time, Alyssa McDowell hit it over the net. Nantucket was into the net, though. So Barnstable picks up the point, and it's 11-5 Red Hawks here in the first set. Callie Borak, the freshman, to serve. Again, the Red Hawks come in with a record of 4-1, 1-4 in the league. Or 1-0 in the league, rather. Here's McDowell, and look out. Again, too much juice on that. You can see the speed as she cocks back and lets one loose, but again, too far out of bounds, and Nantucket will get the point. Victoria Todorova, the captain, the senior, number 8 for the Whalers, gets it over the net. And Barnstable hits it into the net, so the Whalers pick up a point. Todorova to serve once again. Gets it back over. Tough play there for Garrity, and Barnstable hits it in the net. So the Whalers racking up a few points in a row here, trailing 11-8. And Todorova into the net. So the Whalers lose the serve, and the Red Hawks pick up a point. It's now 12-8. Amalia Thompson to serve. Gets it over, and Nantucket a little miscommunication there as Visioli does not get it over the net, and the Red Hawks pick up another point, 13-8. And that is Jazzy Coyer, actually number 1, the junior, to serve for Barnstable again. Her team leading 13-8 here in the first set at Nantucket. Tapped over. Whalers save it, and another opportunity. Santos was still on the ground, couldn't find it. Actually hit her leg. So Barnstable with another point, and now a 14-8 lead here in the first set. Jazzy Coyer to serve once again. Todorova bumps it from the back line, sent over by Crowley, deflected, but it hits the ground. And the Whalers stop the bleeding as they pick up a point and the serve. And the score now 14-9 in favor of Barnstable here in the first set. Pyers comes to the bench. Mag Gonzalez, the senior, number 15, checks back in for the Whalers, and she'll serve with her team trailing 14-9. And that one goes into the net, so the Red Hawks pick up the point, 15-9 now, Barnstable. And here's Molly Gleason, the senior for the Red Hawks, to serve from the back line. That one hits the top of the net, but it still counts. It goes over. Tapped over there by Visioli. Now a block at the net. Good job by the Whalers to get it back over. Barnstable looking for the spike. That one tapped over, saved there by Santos. Tapped over again by Crowley for the Whalers. Another opportunity, that's from Camello of Barnstable. Crowley with the misdirection, but Whalers get the point as Barnstable a little too close to the net. And so now it's a 15-10 lead for Barnstable. Whalers, though, with the serve. As Mariana Silva, number 26, the junior, checks back in for Nantucket. Headed to the bench is Ashley Visioli for the Whalers. Silva gets it over. Big spike opportunity there by Andrews. She gets deflected at the net and sent over the net, but out of bounds. And the Whalers get the point. So Nantucket hanging tough with this Division I school. So you mentioned it's not been pretty for Nantucket the past couple of matches, and Barnstable with a 4-1 record overall, 1-0 in the league. as this one is hit off the net, deflection, and the Red Hawks get the point, 16-11, Barnstable. As Tegan Borak steps out of the game, or steps out of the match, rather. This one sent over by Garrity. And a nice job right there by Crowley. Hit it to the corner, nobody there for Barnstable. And another point for the Whalers. We're in the first set here at Nantucket. Barnstable with a 16-12 lead over the Whalers. Right here on NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection. Far side spike, saved by Nantucket, but they couldn't pick up the deflection and the rebound. And so the Red Hawks get another point. It's 17-12. Dylan Andrews, the senior, number 11, to serve for Barnstable. Gets it to the back line, trying to set up Cranston for the spike. She gets deflected right back to Santos, who wasn't ready for it. Goes off of her and out of bounds. So another point for the Red Hawks. 18-12, Barnstable leading here in the first set. Another serve here for Andrews. And that one goes right past Gonzalez for an ace. And 19-12 now the score in favor of Barnstable. Andrews with another opportunity to serve. Little conversation happening between Santos and Cranston in the front line. That one looked like it was going long. Saved by Nantucket, though. Todorova bumps it across. And opportunity there as Santos comes flying in, and it looks like she got a piece of Cranston as she went to go for that ball. And it falls to the court. Red Hawks get another point. Barnstable leading 20-12 here in set number one. Andrews with the serve, and that goes off of Gonzalez, and another point for the Red Hawks. So Barnstable racking off a couple points in a row. Andrews with the serve once again. And a little miscommunication there between Gonzalez and Silva. And a timeout will be called by Nantucket as Barnstable is cruising right now here late in the first set. They lead 22-12 over the Whalers. A reminder, our next broadcast here on NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection will be Friday afternoon from Vito Capizzo Stadium, 5:15 for the pregame show, 5:30 for the kickoff as the Whalers football team is back in action. They will take on Mashpee 5:30 on Friday here on NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection. Our next girls volleyball match will be a week from today, Wednesday, September 25th. 4 o'clock scheduled airtime as the Whalers will host Dennis Yarmouth right here on NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection as well. So after the timeout called by the Whalers, each team gets 2 per set. Barnstable rolling along right now. They've got a 22-12 lead here late in the first set. And the Red Hawks to serve. Here's Andrews. Gets it over, bumped there by Gonzalez, and another point for the Red Hawks. Again, Andrews to serve. Gets it up and over. Todorova with the spike from the back line, but out of bounds. And the Red Hawks now just 1 point away from taking the first set. Andrews to serve for the set for Barnstable. Nantucket has to get it over, and they do. Barnstable looking for the spike. That one goes off the top of the net. Whalers save it. Cranston has to bump it over. And that was McDowell looking for the spike. Didn't get a good opportunity, though. Whalers tap it over again. Far side. Todorova saves it, but it hits off of one of the railings up top and falls to the court. And Barnstable takes the first set, 25-12. We will take a timeout, be back with set number 2 from Nantucket High School. Red Hawks win the first set 25-12. They lead in the best of 5 sets 1-0. We will take a break and be back right after these words here on NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection.
Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Myrick O'Connell, attorney at law, providing legal services for Massachusetts residents for over a century. Learn more at myrickoconnell.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Welcome back to Nantucket High School. Girls volleyball here on NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection. Barnstable takes the first set 25-12. We apologize for the technical difficulties with our scoreboard, but 25-12, Red Hawks win the first set. Best of 5, first team to 3 will win the match. I want to thank Sean Davis, our camera operator and producer, also Charles Douglas. My name is DC Collins. Our next broadcast will be this Friday, 5:15 for the pregame show, 5:30 for the kickoff from Vito Capizzo Stadium. Whalers football team back in action as they will host Mashpee this Friday, 5:30, right here on NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection. So the Red Hawks won 25-12 in set number 1. Set 2, both teams will switch sides. Nantucket on the left-hand side of your screen. Barnstable, the Red Hawks, will be on the right-hand side of your screen as we are just about set to go. Barnstable a little bit late arriving. That's why we got off to a late start. Scheduled for 4 o'clock. They actually had the first serve around 4:30. But again, glad you could join us wherever you are watching on NCTV, Comcast Channel 1072 here on Nantucket, or through YouTube, through the Nantucket Sports Connection. Nantucket's front line will feature Leah Crowley, number 3, also Bianca Santos, number 5, and Ashley Vizioli, number 23. In the back for Nantucket, Mag Gonzalez wearing number 15, also Rihanna Cranston wearing number 4, and the captain, senior Victoria Todorova, wearing number 8. Here's Gonzalez to serve to open up set number 2. Tapped into the net, and Nantucket picks up the point. So we saw that in the first set. Nantucket picked up the first point. Then Barnstable ran off 6 straight. Nantucket had a bit of a rally, but sort of faded at the end, and that's how Barnstable won the first set 25-12. Barnstable looking for the spike. They get one. Great opportunity right there by Bella Magalis, the sophomore wearing number 14 for the Red Hawks, and we are tied at 1. Nikki Murphy, the junior, number 15 for Barnstable to serve. Todorova flies in to save that one. Tapped over by Santos. Barnstable looking for the spike. That one deflected. Nantucket with an opportunity to save it right here. Goes into the net. Red Hawks tap it over. Santos with a behind-the-back bump. And it was taken by Murphy, but nobody there for Barnstable to collect it. And the Whalers get the serve and the point. They're up 2-1. As Mariana Silva checks in, Ashley Vizioli steps out for a moment. Silva to serve for the Whalers here in the second set. They're up 2-1. That one deflected. Todorova had that beeline for her. Put her hands up in defense, and it deflects out of bounds. So 2-2 as the Red Hawks pick up the point, and they shall serve. Substitution now for the Red Hawks. Amalia Thompson, the sophomore, number 2, set to check in. Referee will come over and talk with head coach Tom Turco. Bella Magali steps out. Barnstable coming off a win earlier this week over Dennis Yarmouth. They shut out DY 3-0. Jazzy Coyer to serve for Barnstable. Tapped over by Crowley. Good block by Crowley at the net, but she touched the net. And so the point belongs to the Red Hawks. 3-2, Barnstable on top. Red Hawks lead 1-0 in this best of 5. So Coyer to serve once again. Cranston with the bump, tapped around. Good job right there by Thompson at the front line for Barnstable to just tippy-tap it over. And now it's a 4-2 lead for the Red Hawks. Coyer, the junior, to serve again for Barnstable. To Cranston. And now tapped over. Again, Thompson right there to reject Crowley's attempt. And Barnstable picks up another point. It's now 5-2. Coyer with the serve from the back line. Cranston with the bump. Tapped over by Todorova. Opportunity for Barnstable, but they have to just bump it. And does not get over the net, so the Whalers pick up the point and regain the serve. 5-3 Barnstable here in the second set. As now Crowley will serve. Todorova steps out. And Victoria Boskova, the sophomore, wearing number 6 for Nantucket, steps back in. Tapped over, but into the net. It looks like one of the Red Hawks players did touch the net. That was Simone Bruton. So the Whalers get the point, and it's now a 5-4 lead for Barnstable. Crowley has it skip off the top of the net. That's valid, though. That counts. And Barnstable goes in the net, so the Whalers tied up at 5 with the point. Crowley to serve once again. Nantucket looking for their first lead since it was 1-0. And that one falls out of bounds, so Nantucket jumps on top 6-5. Here in set number 2. Barnstable took the first set, 25-12. Whalers looking for a bit of a rally here as Crowley to serve. And she gets it over. That one deflected. Nantucket has to get it over with this hit, and they do. Up to the front line. No one there for Nantucket. Miscommunication there as Santos hit it. But Boskova didn't realize it was coming her way. Crowley steps out for Nantucket. The point earned by the Red Hawks, and now we're tied at 6 here in the second set. Bump there by Gonzalez. Cranston with the spike. She gets rejected. And Whalers into the net, so the Red Hawks back up on top 7-6 here in set number 2. Here's Ayala Camelo, the senior, number 16 for the Red Hawks to serve. Jump serve there. Santos, so she didn't position Boskova very well as it was the momentum of the ball was carrying towards the net, so the Red Hawks pick up another point, 8-6. Santos with the bump. Cranston bumps it over for Nantucket. Barnstable looking for the spike. Instead, that's Thompson with a little tap to a vacant spot on Nantucket's side, and the Red Hawks now with a 9-6 lead. If they have rattled off 4 straight points in a row. blocked by Gonzalez. Cranston with the spike, a bit too far, out of bounds. And now the Red Hawks rolling with it, 10-6. And a timeout is called by Nantucket. They've got 2 left for this set, or 1 left for the set, and Barnstable with 1. We'll keep it right here. Barnstable won the first set, 25-12. They lead here in set number 2, 10-6, best out of 5 sets. Our next broadcast, Friday afternoon, 5:15 for the pregame show, 5:30 for the kickoff from Vito Capizzo Stadium. The Whalers football team in action as they will host Mashpee here on NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection. That'll be at 5:30 this Friday right here on NCTV. I'm DC Collins along with Sean Davis, our producer Charles Douglas. Sitting in for Chris Morris today, our executive producer Lisa Getter. You are watching Nantucket Girls Volleyball here on NCTV, Comcast Channel 1072, and the Nantucket Sports Connection. Whalers and the Barnstable Red Hawks here this afternoon. And Barnstable up 10-6 here in the second set after the timeout called by Nantucket. Great put away right there, though, for the Whalers. And they are back on the scoreboard, trailing 10-7 here in set number 2. So here's Santos to serve for Nantucket. High floating serve onto the Barnstable side. Good save there by Todorova. Goes towards the net and falls on the Nantucket side. So the Red Hawks will pick up the point, and now it's 11-7 in favor of Barnstable. Kylie Borak will check back in. Simone Burton goes to the bench for Barnstable. Borak, the freshman, wearing number 12 in red. Barnstable with the serve with an 11-7 lead. Cranston with the spike, but from the back line, and that's a bit too far. And the Red Hawks pick up another point. Borak to serve. To the front line, Santos will just bump it over. Spike right there by Thompson. Looked like she might have touched the net, but they'll give the point to Barnstable instead. The ball touched the net, not her. So now a 13-7 lead for Barnstable. Borak hits the net, but it goes out of bounds, and the Whalers pick up the point. And now we'll serve again. Vizioli checks in, and Morana Silva checks out for Nantucket. Brianna Cranston, the senior, number 4, set to serve for the Whalers. They trail 13-8 here in the second set. They lost the first set to Barnstable 25-12. Cranston gets it over. Great dig right there by Cranston and into the net, and Barnstable will get the point. Thompson, the sophomore, to serve for Barnstable. Sent ahead to the front line, but a little miscommunication there between Pyers and Santos. And the Red Hawks lead is now 15-8. Thompson again to serve. Far side, trying to spike it over there was Vizioli. Tapped around, and Barnstable gets the point. Murphy just hit it off to the far side. Landed in bounds by just a few inches. And Barnstable again racking up the points. A couple in a row here, and they lead 16-8. And when Nantucket tries to save it, Vizioli sprinting to try to save that one. Cannot do so. So 17-8 right now in favor of Barnstable. Thompson with the jump serve. Cranston bumps it there. Santos just taps it over. Along the near side, Cranston trying to save it. And sprinting for that was Todorova. Could not get there in time. And now the Red Hawks on a roll here 4 straight points in a row. Thompson to serve. Hits it into the net, so a break there for Nantucket as they get the serve back and they earn the point. And they trail 18-9. Boskova, the sophomore, checking out. Back in for Nantucket is Crowley. Todorova to serve for the Whalers. Hit into the net, a double hit by Nantucket, so the Red Hawks regain possession and grab the point. 19-9, Barnstable here in set number 2. They won the first set 25-12. Substitution now for the Red Hawks as Molly Colatuno will check in wearing number 4. And Kylie Borak, the freshman, will step to the sidelines. Serving for the Red Hawks is Molly Gleason. She is a senior. Santos hits it high in the air, tapped over, and it falls on the Whalers' side. So the Red Hawks grab another point, and they lead 20-9. And another timeout called by the Whalers. We will keep it right here. So again, Nantucket fighting in the beginning of the set, just letting a few things get away from them here in the middle of set number 2. Barnstable up by 11 points, 20-9. They won the first set 25-12. And Nantucket needs a bit of a rally here to stay in this match and not go down 2-0. It's the first to 3, best out of 5 here, that will win the match. Next volleyball match here on NCTV, the Nantucket Sports Connection, a week from today, scheduled for a 4 o'clock first serve, as Nantucket will host Dennis Yarmouth right here at Nantucket High School, and on NCTV Comcast Channel 1072, and the Nantucket Sports Connection. Our next sports broadcast, Whalers football, home against Mashpee this Friday, kickoff at 5:30. You can catch the action right here on NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection as well. So after the timeout called by Nantucket, they have none left for this set. Barnstable has both of their timeouts left. Barnstable with the 20-9 lead here in set number 2. And that one tapped into the net. Todorova didn't get a good leverage on that one. And another point for the Red Hawks. Gleason to serve once again for Barnstable. Jump serve, gets it up and over. Santos hits it high in the air. Crowley will just overhand it across for Nantucket. That one deflected by Crowley, but hits the ground, and the Red Hawks now 3 points away from winning set number 2. They're up 22-9. And Molly Gleason wearing number 10 with another opportunity here to serve for Barnstable. Cranston hits it in the back line, but into the stands across the way. No play for any other Whalers, and so it's 23-9. Colatunio checks out, and Simone Burton, the junior, number 20, checks in for Barnstable. Gleason with the jump serve. Cranston with the bump over to Santos. Sent over there by Vizioli. On the Barnstable side, no one there, miscommunication. And the Whalers finally stop the bleeding as they get a point. And they trail 23-10. Mag Gonzalez set to check back in as Julie Pyers, the sophomore, checks out. Gonzalez to serve. They need a big rally right here to stay in it. Gonzalez gets it over, and that one tapped in. Great spike right there by Bella Maglis, the sophomore. And so now it's set point for the Red Hawks as they lead 24-10. Nikki Murphy, the junior, to serve for the set for Barnstable to put them up 2-0. Crowley gets it over, and Nantucket picks up the point. So Vizioli steps out. Mariana Silva back in the match. She will serve for Nantucket. Set point for Barnstable. Good dig right there by Molly Gleason for Barnstable. Red Hawks looking for the spike. They get it, but it's out of bounds, and Nantucket with another point now trails 24-12. And here's Mariana Silva again. Set point for the Red Hawks. Whalers trying to stay in it, though. Gets it over to the back line. Santos with a high bump. Cranston with the spike and gets that one in. Nice placement there by the senior Rihanna Cranston. 24-13 now, Red Hawks on top. Silva to serve for the Whalers. To the back line again. Barnstable looking for the spike. Tapped over, but too far by Bruton. And it's another point for Nantucket. They've saved 3 set points in a row, the Whalers have. And here's Silva to serve. Barnstable won the first set 25-12. Nantucket serving, but trailing 24-14. Set point for Barnstable. Goes to the back line and deflected off of the hand of Crowley. And so Barnstable picks up the point, and they win the second set by a score of 25-14. So 2-0 in the best of 5 in sets for Barnstable. We'll take a timeout, be back with the third set right after these words. You're watching Nantucket Girls Volleyball here on NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection. Back after this.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Myrick O'Connell, attorney at law, providing legal services for Massachusetts residents for over a century. Learn more at myrickoconnell.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for 3. Got it! Huge shot from Cup.
Back here at Nantucket High School, I'm DC Collins along with Sean Davis, our cameraman and producer today. 2-0. Barnstable leading Nantucket. Barnstable won the first set 25-12. Just won the second set 25-14. It's the best of 5, so if Barnstable can rattle off one more victory in set number 3 right here, they will win the match. Barnstable comes in with a record of 4-1. Nantucket 1-4. Hey, we want to thank all of our sponsors here on NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection. If you'd like to become a sponsor for any of these teams or throughout the whole season, just stop by the NCTV offices right next to Sophie T's, right across from the Chicken Box on Dave Street. Ask to speak with Lisa or Charles, and we can get your commercial on the air. Proud to support the Nantucket community. It's NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection, Comcast Channel 1072. So Barnstable will serve for the match to start this third set. It's Molly Gleason getting it over the net. Nantucket in blue and white, navy blue and white, Barnstable in red and black. As the Red Hawks look to seal the deal here, up 2-0. Playing the first point of set number 3. Tapped over, not over. Santos had it go right across the top of the net and fall on the side of Nantucket. So a point for Barnstable. First one to 25 will win the set. Red Hawks up 1-0. Here's Gleason to serve for Barnstable. Gets it into the net, so Nantucket regains the serve, and we're tied at 1 here in set number 3. As we talked about, Nantucket on a bit of a skid, losing their last 3 matches. They had a win against St. John Paul II, 3-1, but lost to Sturgis West, lost to Falmouth, and just had a tough time in their last few matches. That one blocked at the net. Great job there by Crowley, and Nantucket picks up the point. Great defense right there. And the Whalers up 2-1, and that's what we saw in set number 1 and set number 2. Nantucket jumping out to an early lead, but Barnstable able to rack off 4, 5, sometimes 6 points in a row and just keep things out of reach of the Whalers as the set moves along. Sent to the back line, no one there. Great opportunity for Barnstable, and they get the point, and we're tied at 2. This is Tegan Garrity, number 13 in red, for Barnstable to serve. We are tied at 2 here in set number 3. Santos to set. Nice job there by Crowley, and it just falls in bounds. So the Whalers will pick up the point. Nope, out of bounds, they say. So Red Hawks pick up the point, and Barnstable leading 3-2. Sent to the back line. Santos trying to set up Crowley again. She gets it across. Barnstable with good defense. Great dig right there by Tortorova of Nantucket. Sent to the back line by Cranston, but a bit too far. And so the Red Hawks will gain the point. 4-2 lead for Barnstable here in set number 3. Barnstable took the first set 25-12, won the second set 25-14. Santos with a high bump. Cranston just will have to bump it over for the Whalers. Spike opportunity there. Great save by Gonzalez. Cranston and again for the Whalers. Now to the net. Knocked out of bounds off of Crowley. So Barnstable with another point. 5-2 for the Red Hawks. Garrity to serve once again, as the left-hander will send it over. Santos taps it over for Nantucket. A little bit of miscommunication, and that one goes out of bounds. And Nantucket grabs the point. 5-3 Barnstable. Leah Crowley to serve, the senior for Nantucket. Usually plays on the front line, one of the taller players for the Whalers. And a whistle, we've got a violation as Crowley stepped over the serving line, or the end line rather. And so the Red Hawks pick up the point and regain the serve. Crowley checks out. 6-3 Barnstable here in set number 3. They're up 2-0. Cranston with the high bump. That one put across by Santos. Little tap by McDowell. And Barnstable with another point. This is Dylan Andrews, number 11, the senior for Barnstable. Jump serve. Gonzalez saves it. And Cranston with the overhand gets it right to the top of the net, but not across, and the Red Hawks pick up another point. Whalers have to stop the bleeding right here. Andrews with the serve. Over to Cranston with the spike. It's deflected off of the hands of Thompson. Falls out of bounds, and Nantucket picks up that point. Good heavy hit by Cranston right there. As Pyers goes back in And Gonzalez comes out for Nantucket. Bianca Santos, number 5, the senior for Nantucket, to serve from the back line. Santos again with the set. Cranston gets it over with one hand. Right at the net, and it falls on the Barnstable side, so the Whalers pick up the point. Santos with another opportunity to serve. Whalers trailing 8-5, down 2-0 here at home. Saved by Barnstable and falls out of bounds. So Nantucket with another point. Whalers crawling back into this one, and they need this third set or else the match is over. Sent up front. Put over there by Cordillera. Whalers now will just tap it back over. Another opportunity here. And that one almost looked like a miss hit by McDowell, but it was deflected by the Whalers and hits on the Whalers side. So the Red Hawks will gain the point and the serve. 9-6 Barnstable here in the third set. This will be Ayala Camelo, the senior, number 16, to serve for the Red Hawks. Jump serve. Taken there by Cranston. And trying for the overhand is Pyers, but didn't get a good look at that one, and the Red Hawks pick up another point. They lead 10-6. Santos with the bump. Cranston with the overhead, but it goes right into the net. You can see some frustration there as the Red Hawks pick up another point. And head coach Michaela Lyons for Nantucket just nodding, saying it's okay, it's okay. Tom Turco, the longtime coach for Barnstable, on the opposite end. Cranston gets it to Santos. Sent over by Pyers, and nobody there for Barnstable to take it. So the Whalers get the point. Substitutions now as Vizioli comes in for the Whalers, and Murphy will check in for the Red Hawks. Lily Cordillera steps out. And this is Rihanna Cranston to serve. McDowell will tap it over, and two players go for it for Nantucket. Again, a little bit of miscommunication. Pyers and Santos both dove for it. Deflects off of both of them. And so now the Red Hawks pick up the point. They serve once again. Barnstable leading 12-7, leading 2-0 in the best of 5. Kylie Borak, the freshman, to serve for Barnstable. Cranston with the dig that gets it all the way back over the net. Another spike opportunity. Great job right there. Smashing that one home is Camelo. And so now the Red Hawks up 13-7. Borak with the jump serve. Barnstable with the opportunity, and they get the point. 14-7 Red Hawks, set number 3. The Nantucket girls field hockey team was at Nauset today. They end up in a 2-2 tie with Nauset for a final score there. Another opportunity. Great job of hammering that one home as Molly Gleason for Barnstable. And now the Whalers in a bit of trouble as they call a timeout. Red Hawks up 15-7 over the Whalers here in the third set. Barnstable up 2-0. They won the first set 25-12, won the second set 25-14. And Barnstable leading here in the third set 15-7, and they've got the serve over the Whalers. Again, our next broadcast will be Friday. Whalers football team at home against Mashpee. 5:15 for the pregame show. Chris Morris and Dick Herman will have the call for that one. 5:30 for the kickoff from Vito Capizzo Stadium on Friday. Whalers and Mashpee here on NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection and Comcast Channel 1072. If you'd like to be a sponsor of the Nantucket Sports Connection or NCTV, please stop by our offices on Dave Street right next to Sophie T's, right across from the Chicken Box. As for Charles or Lisa or Sophia, anybody will take care of you over there so you can be a part of the community and a part of the broadcast here for Nantucket High School. So out of the timeout, Nantucket left with one for the third set. Barnstable with both of theirs. 15-7, Red Hawks on top. They've got the serve and the lead, and a 2-0 advantage. Borak to serve, to the back line. Santos with a high set. Tapped a little bit too far by Ashley Vizioli. Out of bounds, and the Red Hawks up 16-7. Substitution now as Gleason will come out for Barnstable. And Briaya Ullman, the junior, seeing her first action today. To the back line, Todorova bumps it there. Nantucket gets it over, but Vizioli, a little bit of bad aim as it goes out of bounds. And so now a 17-7 lead for Barnstable. Sent over this time by Borak. Todorova has to bump it over behind her back. Tapped over this time. Here's Santos with the set, but to the back line, and Nantucket can't get it over after 3 hits. So the Red Hawks with another point. Borak, the freshman, doing a good job serving for Barnstable. Sent a little bit too far. Good job by Cranston of the Whalers to read that. Saw it was going to go out of bounds. So Nantucket gets the point, and they get the serve back. Crowley steps back in for Nantucket. And Boskova will head to the bench. Todorova, the senior, to serve. Put up in the air by Garrity and into the net. Nantucket gets another point. (18-7), Barnstable leading. Nantucket needs to rally here, trailing 2-0. McDowell with the spike, gets blocked by Crowley. Great opportunity there by the defense. And it falls out of bounds, and Nantucket will pick up the point. We talked about it in the pregame. Alyssa McDowell, number 17, the senior for Barnstable. She wound up on that one. But a great job by number 3 for Nantucket, Leah Crowley, the senior, to block that one. So Nantucket looking for a bit of a boost here. They get it over, tapped over again, and this one will fall out of bounds. And the Red Hawks grab the point in the serve. McDowell comes out, and Dylan Andrews, the senior, steps in for Barnstable. Jazzy Coyer, the junior, will serve for the Red Hawks. They lead 19-10. And that one, Cranston couldn't get there in time, so another point for Barnstable. 5 points away from sweeping this match. And another great serve there by Coyer. Tordova dove for it, but couldn't come up with it. And now a 21-10 lead for Barnstable. Tordova can't come up with it again. 3 straight consecutive points for the Red Hawks, and even head coach Tom Turco of Barnstable is shaking his head. Can't believe the performance that Jazzy Coyer is putting on, serving. Set by Tordova, up ahead to Crowley, a little bit behind her. Tapped over that time by Andrews for Barnstable. And diving for it as Santos can't come up with it. And the Red Hawks 2 points away from winning this match and improving to 5-1 overall. Coyer to serve for the Red Hawks. Cranston with the set. Santos will bump it over. Saved there by Barnstable. Tapped over, but right there is Crowley to send it back over. onto the Red Hawks side of the net, and the Whalers pick up the point. Substitution now for Nantucket as Gonzalez comes back in and Pyers heads to the sidelines. Mag Gonzalez, the senior, to serve for Nantucket. They trail 23-11 here in the third set. Spike opportunity there by Andrews. Good save by Torto over the Whalers, but it's into the net. And now it is match point for the Red Hawks as they lead 24-11, serving for the match. Here's Briaya Ullman, this junior. Gets it across. Cranston comes flying in for the Whalers. Crowley sends it back, and the point goes to the Red Hawks, and they win the match 3-0. 25-11, the final score of set number 3. And so for Barnstable, they improve to 5-1 overall. Nantucket falls to 1-4. Next match coming up for Nantucket, our next broadcast actually, will be next Wednesday as they take on Dennis Yarmouth here at home at 4 o'clock. We'll take a quick timeout, be back with a preview, a recap and a preview right after these words. Red Hawks sweep the sets 3-0 against Nantucket here in girls volleyball. You're watching Whalers Girls Volleyball here on NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection.
Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Myrick O'Connell, attorney at law, providing legal services for Massachusetts residents for over a century. Learn more at myrickoconnell.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Back here at Nantucket High School, tough one for the girls volleyball team today as they fall in straight sets to Barnstable, 3-0. Barnstable took the first set 25-12, took the second set 25-14, and the third and final set was won by the Red Hawks 25-11. Barnstable improves to 5-1 overall as the Division I team comes to Nantucket and beats up on the Whalers today. Whalers now fall to 1-5. Whalers' next matchup, at least the one that we'll have here on NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection, the girls volleyball team will take on Dennis Yarmouth next Wednesday. Scheduled first serve at 4 o'clock. Of course, that all could change. Our first serve today was scheduled for 4 o'clock. We didn't get underway until 4:30, but DY comes to town to take on the Whalers girls volleyball team next Wednesday. 4 o'clock, we'll have it for you here on NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection. Want to remind you, our next broadcast will be this Friday from Vito Capizzo Stadium. Friday afternoon, 5:15 for the pregame show, 5:30 for the kickoff as Mashpee comes to town to take on the Whalers football team. Chris Morris, Dick Herman will have the call for you on that. And if you want to become a part of our broadcast team, well, you can come next Tuesday, the 24th of September at 3 o'clock. Our own Sean Davis will have an intro to sports broadcasting and sports camera. It's a 90-minute class, starts at 3 o'clock next Tuesday downstairs at the Nantucket the NCTV office, which is right next to Sophie T's and across the street from the Chicken Box. I want to thank Lisa Getter, also our executive producer, Charles Douglas, and also Sean Davis, our producer and cameraman today here at Nantucket High School. Final once again, Barnstable sweeps the sets 25-12, 25-14, and 25-11. They beat the Nantucket girls volleyball team 3-0. My name is DC Collins. Thank you for watching. NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection. Have a great evening, everyone.